Should we do that?
I don't know if they... No, you can take it and shove it right up your mother's... Sir? Damn unions.
This isn't working.
You're right. We should stop telling them that we're not union.
No, this whole thing, I think we're looking at the wrong things. We need to think more unconventional.
I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Let's divide and conquer. Tomorrow, we each go out and get one new host.
Perfect. Just in time to get them ship-shape for Friday's show.
Let's do it. So, do you have any particularly talented or, charismatic inmates?
We have a few. Last year's production of Pippin got great reviews. What is your program planning to offer these criminals?
Well, a chance to bring laughter to the community.
You make people laugh.
We try.
All right, come on, let's go.
Oh, hi there. I'm sorry, you actually just missed the meeting.
Actually, I was hoping to talk to you.
Oh, okay. What can I do for you?
Have you ever thought of helping your community through live television? Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, great, you're already here. How'd it go?
Surprisingly smooth, just a lot of paperwork. Who knew getting someone out on parole would be so complicated?
Cool, that's super... Wait, I'm sorry, did you just say parole?
Yeah, they're actually paying us to rehabilitate her. Though she is a ward of the state until her manslaughter sentence is up. Who'd you get?
A nice Jewish boy?
Yes, I do. I hear
Yeah.
Oh. You guys didn't tell me you knew Michelle.
I don't.
How do you know her?
Oh, well, she actually used to stop by. Well, she.
Sully kept me off coke for 2 weeks.
She was in the program. Oh, you.
You're on in 5.
Sorry, what?
And live from Studio C in the Robert Zemeckis Center, it's The Breakdown! With your weather, traffic, and the war on drugs. Your hosts, Sully Zack and Michelle Askew. Everybody make some noise for The Breakdown!
Ooh, this jacket is so snug. I love it. Hey, do you think we get craft services?
I don't know, do you think we get yard time?
Well, this is an indoor show.
That's right.
Oh, find your camera. We're starting.
They didn't tell me reading was part of this. And on to the news. China has recently declared this year the year of Peppa Pig, which might just be the largest Britain-China crossover since the Opium Wars. Chris Christie announced that he might run for president again. Come on, Chris, we both know you're gonna power walk at best. A recent excavation uncovered 40 mummies in Egypt, along with the dusty remnants of Brendan Fraser's career.
A Chinese satellite captured the stunning backside image of the moon. And wait a second, I thought I told those Chinese satellites to stay out of my bedroom. A fireball exploded over Cuba in Pitbull's latest birthday celebration. Happy birthday, Mr. Worldwide. An undetonated World War I grenade was found in a shipment of potatoes headed to Hong Kong. See, Mom? It is a rational fear.
The New York Times recently offered a guide to listening to podcasts. Step 1, shut up about it. A new study found that over 10,000 maggots can devour pizza in just 2 hours, revealing the unique way entomologists get their rocks off. The viral Instagram egg has been reported to cost around $10 million. Wait, Sully, don't eat that!
Up next, here to discuss an ongoing investigation of a very serious nature, is Carmela Gioni, grandmother, friend, and love of his life. Wait, who wrote this bio?
No. Get it for Carmela.
Carmela, thank you so much for joining us. We're interested to hear what this investigation is
Well,
about.
it's about my stupid grandson, Justin Gioni. Been missing for 3 weeks, that's what. God, poor idiot. Never should have gone into the water.
What a?
Water!
Water.
Oh, water. Now that you said it louder, we understand that you actually meant water.
We was in Jersey just tanning like usual. And I was like, Justoni, you getting annoying. Go waddle in the water while Grandma gets a tan on. I'm a very competitive swimsuit model, you know. Want to see the calendar?
Dear Lord, no.
I mean, yeah.
I made it myself on anyonecanbeasexypieceofpaper.com. Anywho, back to my story. Grandson's in the water, tons of locals are out, and I mean, who can blame them? It's the shore in July. You could stick your balls to the pavement and they'd come right off like a pair of marbles.
Carmel, families are watching
Some of
this.
them young girls at the beach these days are looking like total madams in those tankini, brazilakini tangas or whatever. Well, we keep it nice and simple in my swimsuit calendar. Why they gotta get out in public looking like TRAMPs, you know?
Excuse me, Mrs. Gioni, I love you dearly, but please don't use language like that on the air, even if you are just spelling it out.
Forgive me, cutie. My useless grandson never understood that loophole, so you're definitely a step up. Who knew you guys were so literate? So my story. Justoni's in the water. He goes out too far. He's got his face up near some girl's tangerine tankini bikini, and I says to him, "You're gonna get swept up by the waves. Get out of the water. I'm gonna make bread out of you. Don't play with me. I'm gonna hit you with such a seismic boom to the face that your left eyeball's gonna pop right off your head, and your wife's gonna be calling you Mike Wazowski for the rest of your life."
Carmela, no wonder he still hasn't showed up. He probably ran away on purpose.
Yeah, but then this giant dripping wet man blocks my shade and says, "What's up, lady? Why you yelling at me?" And I said, "Who, me? You got me confused. Get out of my way." And he said, "No, lady, for real. You've been yelling at me like a psycho for half an hour."
Carmela, was he a big guy? You're gonna get yourself killed.
Yeah, I'm supposed to know if he's a big guy. I ain't seen him naked. So anyways, I told the guy, "Go buy yourself an ice cream if you're so hot and bothered, because I'm looking for my grandson and you're clearly deranged." To which he said, "Hey, lady, you got us confused." And I didn't like the way he was speaking to me, naturally.
Naturally.
Such a refined lady.
So I said, "Are you my grandson? Huh? Because he was right behind you and you lost him." To which he said, "Nobody swims downwind of me, lady. There's a reason they call me number 2. And at this point, I'm royally grossed out.
A defecating swimmer. Only in Jersey.
You know, pooping out duties around my grandson. So I said, whatever. He's for sure drowned then.
Wait, Carmela, this is supposed to be an ongoing investigation.
Sure, but we all knew Justoni wasn't too clever. One time he hit a decorative plant when he was 7. What's that about? Ever since I've known my boy has a pretty low IQ.
I hope he took him to the hospital after eating the plant. Aren't those things plastic?
Nah, he was fine. Anywho, rest in peace, Justoni. You were a skinny kid, and if you're still out there, I'm gonna beat you with the salami for being gone so long. I'm off to another photo shoot, people. Catch you on the flip-flop.
Okay, well, if anyone's seen Justin, aka Justin Gioni, might be hard to believe, buddy, but I promise life is worth living. Stay away from the light and the waves, and back to the news. This is a picture of Dave Matthews. A man has won the lottery twice using the date of his mom's death. Though she's not dead yet, the man says he knows. He knows. Japan's deputy prime minister blames women for nation's declining population, even though the saying goes, a tentacle a day keeps the ladies away.
Hawaii is considering banning the sale of cigarettes to people under 100 years of age, and Kentucky is considering removing them from their school lunches altogether. A postcard sent from the Galapagos finally reached its destination after 30 years, so my dad should be back with those cigarettes any day now. Jeff Bezos claims the National Enquirer tried to blackmail him over penis pics, and my main question is, who wanted those?
Who didn't? A 24-year-old Texas man died after an e-cigarette exploded in his face. He died how he lived, not getting laid. The country of Macedonia will become the newest member of NATO, providing NATO with peacekeepers and an additional 30,000 phalanxes. And New Jersey man tossed ice cubes on a restaurant floor, then faked a fall. Kind of like that time I committed large-scale insurance fraud by burning down my home and sinking my car in the LA River. Highly recommend it, folks.
Nice.
Thanks.
Yeah. All right, next on the show, we have Noah Werner, a man who got really pissed off playing golf. Welcome, Noah. Woo! So we understand
All right,
that...
hold the phone, Deborah. That is not at all what happened, okay?
That's not my name, and I didn't...
Let me explain something, okay? I'm doing business with these two guys, James and Jonah, and they asked me, hey, do you want to do some business over golf? And actually, I can't reject a business date.
What kind of business are you involved in?
I don't know, Sully. An industry, one that involves like money and people. Like, what sort of question is that? Anyway, I couldn't say no, even if it meant pulling out the old family golf clubs. We did bury them with my grandfather, so procuring them was
difficult.
Let's just say my grandmother is much stronger than she looks. Freight train of a woman, really. Are you too familiar with golf, the sport?
Yeah, we are in fact. Michelle, do you remember that time that we went golfing together?
You mean that time that you streaked in the sports aisle at Costco and then went to the hospital?
Okay,
Yeah.
well, those are allegations. Back to Noah. What caused you to get really pissed off?
It was supposed to be a friendly game of golf, but there's really like nothing friendly about your grandmother teaming up with your business rivals to beat you with golf clubs.
Oh, that's awful.
I'm exaggerating a little, like calm down.
So I take it you're a pretty competitive guy, then.
No, I usually only cry like twice a day, but they were out to get me from the start. Like when Jonah said like this one's for all the marbles, like great, now I can't even play with marbles anymore.
Did anything else happen?
Well, okay, Deborah, there I am, teeing up after getting a juicy sandwich from the sandwich shop. I look down the fairway, it guides me, it caresses me. I hit the ball and right in the sand pit.
It must have been frustrating.
Hold on, I'm not finished.
Okay.
What I'm saying is that I woke up face down in the sand pit. I couldn't breathe and I was chomping mouthfuls of sand like I was a crab.
I don't think crabs eat sand.
And then James and Jonah decide to dig me out just as one of those flocks of old judgmental men wander by. You know, the ones that are like always roaming the golf course all day?
Yeah.
It was so embarrassing.
Is that when you really lost it?
No, I really lost it when James told me that my sweater looked cute.
Well, that doesn't seem like a huge deal compared to everything else.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? You don't see what he was implying? Sully, you gotta understand, he was implying that my wife looks like Steve Buscemi and my children are idiots.
So what did you do?
Normal response, I threw everyone's golf clubs into the lake and then set the whole thing on fire.
Holy.
Now that like I've said, I think I may have overreacted.
How did you set a lake on fire?
Actually, you know what? After reevaluating, I don't think I overreacted. Like, I need to give those guys a piece of my mind. Do you guys have a payphone?
You don't have a cell phone?
What's an iPhone?
I didn't say iPhone.
I don't know what you're saying. All I know is I will let my family starve before I lose a game of golf.
Let's hear for Noah Werner, who got really pissed off playing golf.
Excuse me, sir. Do you know if there's a bathroom on this floor? Not for my people. What's that supposed to mean?
Why are you so sweaty? You're so sticky.
Anyway, the federal shutdown has finally ended, but while it lasted, a few essential government employees were forced to work without pay. Here to talk to us today is the park ranger who stayed on the job deemed too essential to let go. Please welcome Ranger Ronnie. So, Ronnie, you're the only park ranger working right now. I bet that's a lot of work.
It certainly is, but I'm used to it. I've been the only park worker working during every government shutdown since 1982.
It's a long time. What happened in 1982?
It was cold, windy day. Smokey the Bear had been drinking. He was already in a bad place given the divorce, but I don't know what. Something set him off. He just went ballistic. No, Smokey, no. They're just children. They don't know what happened to your Coke money.
Oh my God.
I called for backup, but the nearest other park ranger was a 45-minute elk ride away. Then I saw the flare gun. I didn't want to do it. He was my best man at my wedding, but I had to.
So you shot him with the flare gun?
I tried to. Turns out those things aren't super accurate, so I ended up hitting a church youth group. While Smokey was distracted by the dying screams of evangelicals, I was able to get him with the tranquilizer gun.
Why didn't you just try to shoot him with the tranquilizer gun in the beginning?
I did what I had to do, damn it. But enough of that. Did you folks know that the Grand Canyon was formed over thousands of years by the Colorado River?
That sounds horrible. I'm so sorry you had to go through that.
Oh, I've been through worse. I almost died during the Yosemite Guerrilla Wars of '99.
Oh, well, would you want to talk about that? I mean...
The smell of death and thin mints hung heavy in the air like smoke. The Girl Scouts and Boy Scouts had started implementing a scorched earth policy against each other. My job was to tend to the wounded like the Red Cross, but in khaki shorts. So many dead. So many lost.
You don't have to get into this if you don't want to.
He was only a kid. I knew that, but he was holding a gun to my head. It was him or me. It was him or me.
You were held at gunpoint by a Boy Scout.
Eagle Scout. But yeah, if I didn't have that shard of glass, I would have been able to get him in the carotid artery. After the smoke had cleared, I said must have fallen on some broken glass. It was the only way to avoid the war tribunal. A lot of innocent men got sent to the electric chair because of me. But anyway, did you know that there are over 15 varieties of pine tree found in Zion National Park? And that it got its name from the Mormon settlers that first discovered the area?
I guess I didn't know that.
There's a lot you don't know, buddy.
Please don't hurt me.
All right, thanks for coming, Ranger Ronnie.
Thanks for coming.
Yeah.
See you later.
Next time.
All right, folks. Tricks are for kids. But are they really? Are they really only for kids? You're telling me that they're never for anyone but kids? More on this after the break.
Do it! Do it! And we're back. A man in New York City was seen smashing the front window of a lingerie store and stealing a mannequin of Barack Obama. So I guess Joe Biden's still having trouble adjusting to civilian life. A video of a man using a dead shark as a bong has been passed around the internet. The shark's family asked for privacy during this difficult time. Reports say cancer is striking millennials earlier than any other generation, and I bet they're gonna find some way to bitch about it too.
A Pennsylvania appeal court has ruled that a man can keep his 27 guns. This is similar to the plot of 27 Dresses, my favorite movie. At least 1,500 people have been injured using e-scooters since 2017, though people is a strong word. Michelle Rodriguez is saying that Liam Neeson can't be racist because he made out with Viola Davis. Right. And I'm a vegan because of what I did with that horse that one night we don't talk about anymore.
We don't talk about it anymore. The Russian military has unveiled a new weapon that can induce severe vomiting and hallucinations in its victims. They're calling it 7 shots of fireball in 6.5 minutes. The CDC says that children are using unhealthy amounts of toothpaste, so give them a few Marlboro Reds just to balance things out. A Denver man fought off a cougar during his morning run. We get it, Denver man. You run.
A cashier in Arkansas stopped a would-be robber with a banana, giving new meaning to the phrase, "Is that a banana in your pocket, or am I going to jail?" After 11 years on the air, Modern Family is finally ending, paving the way for the postmodern family. Beaten down under accusations of racism, actor Liam Neeson insists he's a nice guy. In fact, he's working on a final Taken movie to prove it. Taken 4. Granted.
Up next, you may have heard about the rash of sacrificial killings committed by the cult of mundanity in Northern California earlier this month. Joining us today is the cult's leader, Maggie Sorensen.
Wait, shouldn't she be in prison?
Don't worry, Sully, I'm restrained.
Ah!
I'm just kidding. These aren't real. These are just for sex.
Those should absolutely be real. It says here that your cult violently killed over 10 people?
Exactly. My cult did all that, not me. I shouldn't be held accountable for things that I cannot control.
Oh, that would never hold up in a court of law.
You'll be surprised what will hold up in a court of law.
Right? This one actually didn't, though. And I told the judge. Everyone literally asked me to join. If you were asked to star in a Disney Channel original movie, would you reject it?
Well, no, but that's not really the same thing.
It's not my fault that I was cursed with a natural charisma, great hair, and the ability to summon moose. It just all got out of hand so quickly.
How so?
Well, you know, one minute you're inviting a few friends over to play backgammon, and then you decide, hey, let's make up a backgammon drinking game. And then you end up creating such a stellar game that people invite their friends over, and they invite their friends over, and they invite over all their distant and estranged relatives. And next thing you know, you wake up, blackout, covered in blood, and afterbirth, having founded a new religion. Really should have stuck with checkers.
Backgammon?
Cult of mundanity? Backgammon is mundane as hell.
You're right. The only people I know who still play backgammon are like my grandparents and my weird neighbor Chris, which explains so much now.
Wait, but how did something so mundane get violent?
I should have known anything has the potential to get violent when you add alcohol in my gift for public speaking. I just wanted to have a fun night with friends, but I ended up with a horde of adoring followers and a dead goat to deal with in the morning. What could I have done differently?
Well, you could have not killed anyone.
I didn't. I explicitly told my cult not to kill anybody, but it turns out people who play backgammon are prone to murder.
That's super fair. My grandparents do get a little stabby around midnight.
Okay, but it says here that you implored them to bring unholy offerings?
Well, yeah, I accidentally started a cult. I'm gonna take advantage of the perks, you know? But I was just hoping they'd bring me like a jelly donut or slutty heels, maybe some weed, maybe crack if they were feeling fancy. But then I ended up with 8 dead bodies in my studio apartment and suddenly I'm complicit.
Jesus! Can't you take any responsibility for your actions? What about the families of the victims?
They must be going through a very hard time, and I feel for them. The sight of those bodies arranged in a game of backgammon in Central Park, it really stays with you. But the silver lining of this is that I did learn that I can really work a room, and that has been extremely valuable to me in prison. It's only been a month, and my gang now controls over half the inmates and the entire local gays population. It's actually super simple. See, the key to leading a successful gang
Okay, thanks so much for coming, Maggie.
Do you not want my tips?
Yeah, Sully, I'm actually interested in this.
No, we are all good here, Maggie. Thanks, bye-bye. I'm not letting you go back into gangs,
Not
Michelle.
up to you, buddy. Not up to you. And now let's go to something not cult-like at all. 2 of our colleagues are breaking down changes to Sorority Bid Day. Let's take a look.
Hello and welcome to this year's Sorority Bid Day. My name is Karen Coble.
And I'm Sharon Larson. Sorority Rush has undergone a significant change this year after the old system was deemed soul-crushingly terrible and downright inhumane by former Defense Secretary Donald Rumsfeld.
And as a result, the National Pan-Hellenic Council has turned to a man with lots of experience running an organization with high member satisfaction.
What we've done is introduce the NFL draft system to Sorority Rush, thereby removing the process's most glaring problem, free will.
Oh, sounds like the first pick is about to be made. Let's go to the scene.
What's up, guys? Excited to be your host tonight. Cool. Yeah, let's end with the first pick in the sorority draft. Tau Mu Zeta selects Chelsea Parker.
Well, that's not surprising at all, Karen. Parker's been the consensus #1 pick for months now.
Especially after her performance at the Combine. I mean, she didn't just break the all-time record for the elevated surfaces drill, she obliterated it.
A strong first pick for TMZ for sure.
Whew. And with the second pick in the sorority draft, Tau Mu Zeta selects Lauren Shields.
Wow, just wow.
I mean, a student on need-based aid going second overall? Oh, I thought I'd seen it all, Karen, but now I just don't know what to think.
We still have 3 Instagram models, 2 daughters of CEOs, and a girl who was once in a Netflix original movie. I just don't understand.
I'm guessing they're trying to reinforce their GPA. That's been a problem of theirs for years.
Well, obviously there's a lot to unpack here, but we're gonna have to digress because I'm just getting the word that a trade is about to be announced.
What is it?
Oh my God.
Karen.
Delta Rho has just agreed to trade their 2 fourth-round picks with Tri Theta for the 5th overall pick.
Wow.
And I just got confirmation that Julia Clarice, this year's Sigma Chi sweetheart, is now a Delta Rho.
This has enormous implications for the year. We're going to rethink all of our homecoming predictions.
And with the third pick in the sorority draft, Tau Mu Zeta selects Cassie Robertson.
I'm just gonna say it. I didn't even think she was going to go in the first 3 rounds.
Well, this one actually makes a lot of sense to me. Her headshot ranked in the top 10% at every single fraternity.
She's more than 2 standard deviations outside optimal weight.
That's because she's 6'3".
I don't make the rules, Sharon. I just analyze them.
We're gonna have to take you back to the studio now, but if you'd like to keep watching, we'll be on an online stream for the next 10 days covering the 597 remaining picks. I'm Sharon Larson.
And I'm Karen Coble.
Breaking down bid day.
Oh, that's it? We're done? All right then.
That was fun.
Yeah. But I wouldn't do it again, though.
Oh, no, definitely not.
Yeah, hated every minute of it.
It's the worst prison, yeah.
Yeah, this is terrible.
No, yeah, I'm gonna finish up then.
Go for it.
All right, this has been The Breakdown, and be sure to tune in next week. Next week!
What? This has been The Breakdown.
And that may have been the news. We'll be back.
I guess so, next week. Okay.
Hi, I'm Bob. This is my furniture store. Welcome to my furniture store. Here's my furniture store. This is a place you come to when you need everything you need for furniture. Or if you want to hang out with me and all your furniture needs. Like tables, old people, and more furniture. You could get my Bobby bear. You could get my Bobby bed. You could even get a nice cup of Bob. So, come on down. Get into this here, today. Call me, thanks. Please call me, I'm so...
So good to see you guys. So, what's up? Oh, we finally bought a place.
Holy cow!
You seriously have enough saved to do that?
We've been putting a little aside each month.
Jeez, at the end of the month, we have nothing left to save.
Yeah, I have no idea where it goes.
Well, you're spending a lot on...
Was it good?
Oh, God.
Oh, how is my account overdrawn?
When it comes to financial stability, don't get left behind. Get tools and tips for saving at feedthepig.org.
They said I couldn't dream. Called me a piece of trash and swore that's all I'd ever be. Said a bottle couldn't see the ocean. Give up. Go back to the dumpster. But I didn't listen. I made my way. And now, I am what I've always wanted to be.